Hello. It feels good to be back again. Here in the month of May, we're still growing and still talking about our growth series. If you're just joining us and you missed the last week, we're going to link it up somewhere here. Please do well to watch the previous posts. Last week, we talked about personal growth that can happen inside of us because of pain, struggles, disappointment, failure, and whatnot. This week, we're turning the lens outward to our relationships. And you ask me, what has growth got to do with relationship? It has everything to do with relationship. And so we want to talk about it. Because when you live with a chronic condition or you live with one form of challenge or disappointment or failure or struggle, it doesn't just affect you. It changes how you connect with people you love. It affects your self-esteem. It affects your partners. It affects your friends. It affects family, even colleagues in the office, your classmates. It affects everyone. So relationships grows deeper and stronger when all these people are involved and are aware of our pain, our challenges, our struggles, and our disappointment. Others stretch, shift, or sometimes fade away. Yes, some are in your life that will be able to stay with you and stick through the pain and the challenges, and some will fade away. And that's okay. Growth in relationship often means learning new ways to communicate, to set boundaries, to ask for help, and give yourself permission to be loved, even when you can't show up the way you ought to. And that's totally okay. Because when you are back to yourself, you'll be able to show up. And so it's okay for you to ask for help. It's okay for you to set boundaries. It's okay for you to let your guard down sometimes with the loved ones, the people you trust. I remember early on feeling so guilty every time I had to cancel plans or ask for help. I'm a kind of person that really don't like to ask for help. I like to do my things myself in my own way. But a point came in my life where I needed the help. I needed someone to support me, to support my husband, so that my husband doesn't break down as well while taking care of me. And God actually sent people to us, not just one, but multiple people at different seasons of life. We had people that were standing in for us, praying over us, covering us, praying with us. We had people that were showing up for us, talking to me, emotionally, just being there for me. I had people, in my circle that were cooking, doing a lot of things. And this is why, we're so big on community. We cannot do life without our community. That's fact. And also when we're struggling, dealing with chronic condition or any kind of challenge in life, you need your people. And that's why it's very, very important that we talk about growth in relationship. Because there are some people in our lives that, they're just there. But the real people that you need to grow with are going to stick with you through thick or thin. And I want you to always remember that and look for those, prayerfully look for those people. I thought if I couldn't be the energetic one, always there for friends, for partners, I was letting other people down. If I couldn't show up for their events, if I couldn't show up for whatever, I always feel guilty that I was letting them down. It took me time to realize that real love and real friendship can grow to hold the new version of me, the one who sometimes needs to rest, the one who sometimes needs to understand that burnout is real, the one who is still what when she's quiet. I've come to realize that, showing up in relationship is not always go, 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 go. Sometimes you could just be in your lane and be praying for the other people in your life, and things will be manifesting. Growth in relationship with any kind of challenge often looks like learning to communicate your needs clearly and kindly. I don't want to be in a relationship with people that I cannot open up to, people that I cannot tell how I'm feeling. Instead of suffering in silence, instead of struggling, there should be people in my life that I can open up to. Many women learn to say things like, today is eye pain day, maybe for people that are dealing with endometriosis. Or some of us will just say, oh, I'm tired, I have this, I have that. I wouldn't be able to make it. And it's okay to let my people know that, you know what, I love you, I want to be there for you, but today I just need to take a break. I just need to get myself together. Because when you're doing that, you'll be able to be there for them longer. It also means learning to receive help without feeling like a burden. That's one is hard for me and for a lot of us, because I don't want to be a burden. There was one particular experience that I had recently. I went out of town, and we had a family friend where we were going. But obviously we were staying in the hotel, and I texted her that, oh, I want to come drop my little baby, because my daughter was having a tournament, that I wanted to come and drop my little baby with them just to hang out with our children and just play. So I had texted early in the morning, and I didn't get a feedback until later in the afternoon. And so because I didn't get the response back, I just thought, you know what, maybe it's not convenient for them. And I totally get it. I totally understand. I never want to be a burden on anybody, So I just had to deal with what I had to deal with, taking my daughter to the tournament, at the same time taking care of my little daughter. And that was totally okay. And, we went through it, and we were perfectly okay, And a few days down the line, this lady reached out to me and said, oh, I didn't hear anything from you again. You sent me a message, and I was expecting that you were bringing her. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, but I don't want to be a burden. I expected that if you wanted us to, based on what I had sent to you, if you were really, really willing, you would have reached out as soon as possible. But when you reached out, it was already afternoon, the day had gone, so I was like, oh, never mind, and all that. But I say that to say that I never want to be a burden on anybody. And I know that a lot of us don't want to be a burden. But despite the fact that we don't want to be a burden, it is still very, very okay to ask for help. It is truly very okay to ask for help. When you're struggling with someone, with something rather, Ask for help. There are people that have been where you are that can point you to the right direction, that can make your life easy. Oh, let me tell you another quick story. When I first got married, came into marriage with the mentality of you have to have a clean home, a perfect home, a very sparkling home. You have to cook. Your husband should not be eating outside, and all those things that they just tell us when you're getting married. So I came with that mindset, but in the environment that I find myself, I don't have any help. I'm the cleaner, I'm the cook, I'm the driver, I'm the this, I'm the that. We literally do everything by ourselves. And I remember one day I was talking to one of the big aunties in my church. We were just talking generally. I think we were just at the women meetings in our church one day. And, in our conversation, she didn't know she was talking to me. She was just saying it. She's like, and it's okay. It's okay on days that you can cook to other food. It's okay to call the caterer and say, can you make me a tray of jollof rice? Can you make me a tray of this stew? Can you make me? And it's also okay to hire somebody to come and clean your house. When I had that, it was like a light bulb moment. It was like a breakthrough for me. And she didn't know. And I don't think I ever told her. It was like a light bulb moment because I was like, I've been struggling. I'll be feeling guilty that, oh, I didn't make breakfast, I didn't make lunch, I didn't make dinner, I've not cleaned, I've not swept, I've not mopped, and I'll still go to work. And I still have children. When I had that, I said, God, thank you. This is all I need. This is all the permission. That is okay. And when she said it, some other people, my pastor's wife, some other people also said, yeah, that's what they do. I'm like, really? And I've been killing myself. I said, say no more. Say no more. And so I say this to encourage us that it's okay to ask for help. So, like I was saying, if you're not allowing others to support you, you can actually bond. I'm telling you, when people try to help you, it's part of bonding. It shows trust when you allow people to come in and help you. On the other side, it means giving the people in your life the grace to learn as well. Not everyone understands the condition that you are going through, or the challenge, or the struggle. Because again, another thing that I've learned is a lot of us, we don't like telling people our business, and it is totally okay. You don't have to tell people, everyone, your business. But sometimes you need some trusted inner circle. Sometimes, you need the education, you need the time, you need the repeated conversation. Just like I gave the example of that big auntie, growth happens when you decide what you're willing to explain and what boundaries you need to protect your peace. So, in the midst of you having so many challenges, struggles, disappointment, chronic illness, you still should have trusted people that you can share with what you're going through, and they can help put you through. One of the most beautiful things I have witnessed is when partners or friends start showing up in small, consistent ways. Anything, whatever, it's part, sitting with you, calling you to say, how are you doing? Researching together, whatever it is, or simply believing in you without needing you to prove anything to them. Those moments build incredible resilience in relationship. I want you to reflect with me right now. Think about one relationship in your life that has been affected by the challenge that you're going through. Whether it's gotten stronger or it's been challenging. It's been more challenging. And think about it. I want you to think about it. If it's gotten stronger, thank God. If it's gotten more challenging, ask yourself, why was it challenging? Was it because you were not open enough for the other party to know what you're going through? And they just thought, oh, you're just being, snobbish, or, you're not just being kind, or whatever. What is one thing that you've learned? What is one boundaries that you have set because of this journey? Whatever journey, like I said, whatever journey, you will hear me talk about endometriosis a lot because that was part of my own journey. But it could be any journey, like I've said. Share with us in the comments. Your story might be exactly what another sister needs. Remember the story that I told you about the big auntie in my church? How she was just sharing her own story and just, saying, it's totally okay to do this, totally okay. And a light bulb just went off in my head. And I was like, that's it. That is my breakthrough right there. You're allowed to need support. We're human beings. We can't do it alone. We're not Superman. And growth in someone who asks for what she needs with confidence and grace. That's what growth is. When you are able to stand and ask, or call and ask for help with that confidence, with that grace, with humility, that's exactly what we're talking about. If this resonates with you, I want you to help us to share it. There's a sister out there, there's a brother out there who needs it. There's a father out there, there's a nephew out there, a niece out there, a colleague out there that needs to hear it because they need to grow in their relationship. Share it with someone you love, who wants to understand you better, who wants to grow in their relationship. And remember, we have the Blooming Circle where we talk openly about all this relationship stuff, how to grow, whether marital relationship or just one-on-one relationship and our everyday struggle. So I want to personally invite you to come join us at the Blooming Circle. I promise you, you will never regret joining the Blooming Circle. You will grow. You will grow. And I can say that over and over again because we've gotten testimony on testimony of people that have joined the Blooming Circle and their life has never remained the same. Because we bring in experts in the field to come talk to us. We share, we rub minds together. And like I always say, you're not alone. You're becoming someone truly beautiful through all you're going through or through all you've been through. So don't give up. Don't look down on yourself. I want you to stay strong and continue blooming with grace and confidence. I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.